strike and then placed on the injured list altogether as Cameron tosses in a strike to start things off. You know, we saw Mitch Ferris the other day, not overpowering, but knew how to pitch. His changeup looked good, was different. Well, Noah Cameron, again, not overpowering, but he's got some really good breaking balls that have kept hitters off balance.
Yeah, his curveball and slider have been virtually unhittable this season. His combined batting average of 169 with 48 strikeouts.
He's a Kansas City area native, went to high school about an hour from here in St. Joseph, Missouri. Went to Central High School, and he was drafted by the Royals out of Central Arkansas, which, of course, is the alma mater of Scottie Pippen. Thought you'd like to know.
Yeah,
that.
I appreciate that one.
Swing and a miss by Zach Neto on a breaking ball, and just like that, Noah Cameron doesn't get a lot of strikeouts, has his first today.
The defense behind him, he's pretty much around the strike zone quite a bit. And then the outfield, you got Hunter Frazier playing left field here. This battle has been great. Yastrzemski out in right field, very solid for Kansas City. And with the Giants also, Garcia, Witt Jr., Massey at second base, Pasquantino at first. Salvador Perez behind the plate again. Yastrzemski, though, with 8 defensive runs saved out in right field, combined this year with 11 outfield assists this season.
One out on a strikeout. It's Mike Trout at the plate as he looks at a strike from Cameron. Well, Trout was scratched before the game on Tuesday night with some sort of skin infection. He was out of the game last couple of days, and here he pops one up off the end of his bat. It's Michael Massey, the second baseman in shallow center field, to retire Trout. We're back on 400 watch for Trout now.
Yes.
As it has been almost a month since his last home run, August 6th. 21 straight games without a homer. It's the second longest home run drought he's had within a season in his major league career. All one to Taylor Ward. Not many home run droughts for Ward this year. He's hit 30 of them with 94 runs batted in. Ball, one strike on Taylor Ward. Cameron wasn't really any sort of prospect necessarily, but he has pitched well, 26 years old, here at the major league level for the first time. He got off to an incredible start to his major league career. Took a no-hitter into the 7th inning in his debut game against the Rays on April 30th. That's a swing and a miss here from Ward. He also went 6 innings or more in each of his first 5 major league starts, allowing either 1 run or no runs, something that had only been done once before in major league history at the height of Fernando Mania, when Fernando Valenzuela did that to start the 1981 season for the Dodgers. Ward lines one to left and has a 2-out hit.
Oh, good swing right there. Went down and got that slider. The Angels really haven't scored in the first inning since you go way back to that last game down in Texas against the Rangers.
In this series, they haven't scored even in the first 5 innings, but they've won each of the first 2 games. Offense has come around late, and the pitching has been excellent throughout these first 2 ball games. And here's the big offensive threat for the Angels in this series, Jo Adell. Now it's 33 home runs to lead the team. He's driven in 90, and he just got a break on that pitch.
Yeah, well, when you're that hot, you get those breaks.
He's been red hot, hitting .367 over his last 16 games. He has 8 homers and 18 RBIs in that time. The time Cameron gets the call with a strike over the center of the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike on Adell. It's been a big road trip for the Angels. They've gone 5-4, and a sweep of the Royals would start to push them back into the conversation a little bit. 1-2.
Take a look at our StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud. That swing last night crushes at the dead center field. That bat speed on there and the path he took to get that one just out in front of the plate to go that far. 79.9 miles per hour to bat speed, Jo Adell. Well above average, tops in the game as far as bat speed.
Now that invisible character in that video really knows how to barrel the ball.
Yes. Superhero.
2 balls, 2 strikes on Jo Adell. He has given the Angels a lead with a home run in 3 straight games. Only the 4th Angel to ever do that. Joining Trout, Ian Kinsler, and Jack Howell. 3-2. If he gets a hold of this one, he'd give another go-ahead home run.
Not an easy ballpark to hit home runs, but when you're hitting them that far over 400 feet, you're going to get a home run even in this big ballpark.
And when you're that big and that strong, any ballpark is easy to hit a home run in.
Especially with that bat speed he's creating. And he's starting to lift the baseball. Remember we were talking about a lot of line drives on the ground. So now he's getting more lift on the baseball. So the exit velocity and launch angle means home runs.
Full count. Ward got going eventually. 3-2 the count on Adele. But we talked about how that would inflate his batting average, and that's exactly what happened. We mentioned his .367 average over the last 16 games. Now he's hitting over .240 for the year. His OPS is over 800 now. More hits have come with that more launch angle. Just more regular launch angle. Doesn't always have to be in the air. Just up, off the ground. And there's ball 4 to Adele as he draws a 2-out walk after the hit by Ward.
It's good to see that pressure on the young pitcher Cameron right now, especially after 2 quick outs. You got first and second Rengifo batting from the right side.
Cameron hasn't pitched since August 25th against the White Sox. He gave up 6 runs in that game. They were thinking he was starting to get tired. This deep into a season for the first time at the major league level. So they skipped his last start, and they're hoping he could be a little sharper today. Ball 1 to Rengifo, and they need him now with Seth Lugo going on the IL today. They're going to call up Stephen Kolek, who they also got from the Padres along with Ryan Bergert in that Freddie Fermin trade. And there's Lugo, who's going to be out for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I mean, he's already at a high as far as innings between the minor leagues and the major league level for Cameron, so you just wonder how strong he's going to be down the stretch here.
Swing and a miss by Rengifo. Well, that's what the Royals are wondering, too. And they are hoping that skipping his last start will help him get some strength back. And you can see the numbers in the month of August for Cameron were way down, especially the strikeouts. Rengifo hooks one to the left field corner. It's deep down the line. It is gone! A home run! A 3-run homer in the first, and Luis Rengifo has given the Angels an early start.
Wow, he's able to keep that one fair. Anything down that line over the years seen in this ballpark, it can get a little crazy down there, and he kept it fair. 3-run home run, and they do score here in the first inning, the Halos. As Earl Weaver would say, the best play in baseball, the 3-run home run.
Well, it certainly worked last night when Joe Adele hit one.
That was 108.2 off the bat for Rengifo. Gone.
That ball was rifled, and all of this has come with 2 outs. It was Taylor Ward on a 2-strike single. Getting things going, Joe Adele worked a walk. And Luis Rengifo cranks one into the left field corner for a 3-0 start here in Kansas City. Now Chris Taylor takes ball 1.
How quick this was right there. Be able to get the hands in on that baseball and keep it fair. And Cutter
hit the foul pole. 2 balls and a strike. Taylor getting to start at second base. He has started in each game of this series at a different position. That's the value of Chris Taylor in a nutshell. He was the right fielder on Tuesday night, the left fielder yesterday, and he's the second baseman tonight.
He made a great throw from left field yesterday, too.
Swings over top of that. 3-2 now on Taylor. Angels say they miss Taylor's game planning more than anything while he was out, that he has so much insight as a veteran player. And when he's around and able to be helpful, he can help plan what the offense is going to do against an opposing pitcher. And he takes ball 4, so this 2-out treble continues for Cameron.
And you wonder about all those innings if he is getting a little fatigued as far as his arm.
And there comes Brian Sweeney, the Royals pitching coach. Cameron had a 1.84 ERA in July. He had over a strikeout per inning. In August, his ERA jumped up to 4.33, and he only had 12 strikeouts in 27 innings the entire month of August.
His Cutter's been getting hit a little bit lately, including that shot by Rengifo.
The Angels with 3 runs, 2 hits, 2 walks, all with 2 outs. Now the number 7 batter of the inning, Oswald Peraza, will stand in against Cameron.
He's hit the ball really, really well to right field, right center field.
Swing and a miss by Peraza. Peraza getting another start at first base. There is some hope that Nolan Shonowell will be back this weekend. The Angels will be back home tomorrow night when they play the A's. And Shonowell is by now eligible to come off the IL once he's ready.
He was moving around doing a lot of fielding drills earlier today, which was good to see.
The Angels sent Nico Cavadas back to the minor leagues today, and they brought in Logan Davidson, who they picked up off the waiver wire earlier in the week after the Astros let him go. So Davidson is here, a former first-round pick. 3 balls and a strike, and Cameron not able to locate much here in this first inning.
Already he'll have 32 pitches thrown here in the first. There's Sean. He wants to be here at Sean a wow again soon. Hopefully that'll happen real quick.
So if Peraza can load up here. He tried on 3-1, although that ball bit off the plate. 3-2, and as Gooby mentioned, that pitch count rising for Cameron thanks to a lot of pitches outside the strike zone. Taylor will get a head start here on 3-2.
This whole inning started with that good swing by Taylor Ward to get a base hit.
A big gap in left center if Peraza can pull one that way. Peraza fights off another one.
Johnny Washington's really unlocked something here with Peraza, I think, too. He's always had that tremendous glove, good speed. Just a little bit of work as far as his hands and letting that baseball get a little bit deeper and trust in his swing path.
Swing and a miss on a high fastball ends the inning. But a good inning for the Angels. Some 2-out thunder from Luis Renifo. A 3-run shot to the left field corner as the
The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I've made it innocent, a feel of discontent. I'm finally facing it all. Burning the bridge that keeps us. I'm here and I'm feeling fearless. Exaggerated, that's what you assume. The story's over now, I must conclude. I am conflicted, watching where I step still. Hanging in the balance, not the life I want to live. I want to take it all, standing tall.
healthy amount of lefties in this lineup. Hendricks has been better against left-handers than right-handers at a pretty high rate this year. Mike Yastrzemski, a lefty, starts it off and takes strike one. We've got 6 different left-handers in this lineup for the Royals tonight. Only right-handers are Bobby Witt, Garcia, and Perez. Everybody else will bat from the left side against Hendricks. Could play into his hands with all the changeups that he throws. Yastrzemski with a foul pop-up as Renifo chases it out of play, 0-2. And there is that Royals lineup, pretty left-handed dominant, especially 6 through 9, all left-handers. Carter Jensen getting his first Major League start as DH tonight.
It's a 70-point difference between right-handed batters and left-handed batters against Kyle Hendricks. So it should, like you said, when he play into that great changeup that Kyle Hendricks has.
0-2 on Yastrzemski, the former Giant, and there you go. Rolls it right over. It'll be Peraza taking that to the bag for the first out.
And the Nissan defense behind Kyle Hendricks. Last time out, no walks in the 6th inning. Taylor Ward back out in left field. Teodosio, Joe Adell. I'm sure they're going to be talking to each other. In left field, 3 outfield assists from that left field position. 132nd game he's played out in left field.
Here's Bobby Witt with 1 out and the base is empty. A big curveball lands for a strike. Bobby Witt took it pretty personally that he didn't come up with that ball off the bat of Joe Adell late in the game last night, which helped the Angels take the lead for good. Witt said he has to make that play, and he really let the team down in a game that they needed yesterday.
He's always been that guy. I mean, he takes the team on his shoulders a lot like Zach Neto does for the Angels.
And Texas lost last night. Seattle lost again. So the Royals had ground to gain. They didn't. And they're now just a game over 500. They've lost a few here this week. 2 balls and a strike on
Tampa
Witt.
now in that conversation.
I know. They've come back up. It's kind of been how it's gone throughout both the leagues this year. There have been a lot of swaying teams that will lose a bunch, then win a bunch, and then they're just on this tennis court back and forth. Now the Angels would like to have a swing like that. You know, if you start to really believe here, a win tonight, a homestand against 2 last-place teams, or at least a team in Minnesota that looks like a last-place team now that they've traded everybody. And then you go to Seattle next week for a 4-game series. You can control your own destiny if you get a little closer.
Wow, that's a pretty good pitch.
And it's ball 4 to Bobby Witt. So these next 7 games, this one against the Royals, 3 against the A's, 3 against Minnesota, can turn the Angels into a pretty big series in Seattle with a 4-game set at T-Mobile Park starting next Thursday.
It could get real fun. This could be really interesting right now with Kyle Hendricks on the mound and Bobby Witt Jr. over first base. 18 stolen bases, 2 caught.
Pasquantino showing bunt with Renifo over at the shortstop position as he takes strike 1. You can get a double play out of Pasquantino. He's hitting at 13 of them this season.
That's why you think Bobby Witt may be on the move here pretty quickly.
The ball's in 1 strike.
Nice job of almost a quick slide step.
Mentioned it the other day, Pasquantino has driven Bobby Witt home more than anyone else, even himself. A guy that's hit 28 homers this year. This has been the scoring combination for the Royals as Pasquantino takes ball 2. 39 runs batted in since the All-Star break, 2nd in the American League. Joe Adell's moved up to 4th now with his 37.
It's a real big inning for Kyle Hendricks to be able to put up a 0 if he can. To be able to get in there in the strike zone.
He's fallen behind after walking Witt. 3 balls, 1 strike on Pasquantino.
See if we can get him overly aggressive and roll one over to Chris Taylor.
He was out in front, but fouled back. 3-2 the count.
I believe he's going to be going here. Kyle does have 1 pickoff this season.
There goes Witt, and it's a pop-up into left field, a base hit. Witt will make his way to third base, running on the pitch. Pasquantino puts it in play and bloops a single to left. So the Royals trying to fight right back. Runners on first and third with 1 out.
Saw that last game out against Kyle Hendricks. So much soft contact. Falling in front of the outfielders, playing extremely deep. He was upstairs and he was tied up on the pitch.
Here's Michael Garcia, Wits at third now. And there's a strike on the breaking ball. The Royals are just 2 for their last 25 with runners in scoring position. They've scored 3 runs or fewer in each of their last 5 games. So it's been an offensive struggle of late for a team that's done mostly well since the break. Here's a bouncer to short. Neto has it. Flip to second, 1. Taylor to first, 2. A double play.
That was tailor-made.
Indeed it was. 6-4-3 off the bat of Garcia. And Hendricks puts up a 0 in the first.
Burning the bridge that keeps us. I'm here and I'm feeling fearless. Exaggerated, that's what you assume. The story's over now, I must conclude. I am conflicted, watching where I step still. Hanging in the balance, not the life I want to live. I want to take it all, standing tall. Fear I weighed the person you are. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I played it innocent. I'm feeling discontent. I'm finally facing it The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I made it innocent, I'm feeling discontent. I'm finally facing it all.
When it's your turn to bat, the Angels scoring 3 on a home run by Rengifo in the top of the first, and Hendricks kept the Royals off the board. And it's been a week-long struggle here for the Royals offensively after they couldn't score many runs in the first half of the season. It started to creep up again at a bad time for Kansas City.
Especially all the additions they made, the veterans they brought in.
2 balls and a strike. So Hoppy pops one foul toward the right out of play. Well, you get into these meaningful September games, and they're not for the faint of heart. You've got to really show up every day, regardless of who your opponent is.
You got to play great defense. You got to make all those big plays. It's unusual to see that from Bobby Witt Jr. But you got to give Joe Adell a lot of credit. He was flying down the line, 29.6 feet per second, the fastest he has gotten down the line all season long.
3-2 on O'Hoppe. Certainly put more pressure on Witt. And don't forget, it was just before that when Yohan Moncada went from second to third on a fly ball to right field off the bat of Taylor Ward. Moving that runner up 90 extra feet paid huge dividends for the Angels as they've started to do some of those little things right here on this road trip.
Joe Adell going down the line. Take a look at our StatCast powered by Google Cloud. We always see a lot of stuff as far as the power numbers, but get down that. How quickly Joe Adell was getting down the line. That's why he didn't make the play.
There's a base hit for O'Hoppe. So the Angels trying to keep the pressure on Noah Cameron after a long first inning. It's a leadoff hit for Logan O'Hoppe.
You wonder right now, do you think about push button right here?
I would think you'd think long and hard about it. It's something that the Angels want to see more of from Teodosio, and it's something he's been working on. You have a left-hander on the mound, too, which can only help that situation.
Massey playing really deep there at the second base position. He's moved up a little bit.
And Teodosio swings at the first pitch and fouls it.
And Hyundai key for the game today. A little Daft Punk for you there, Wayne. One more time. One more time here on the road. See if the Halos could put it all together and have an outstanding road trip here. Just one more time.
0-2 on Teodosio. I mean, why not try to bunt here? And they want him to work on it. They want him to get better at it. This is a good opportunity for
You
him.
mentioned that lefty because you're going to fall to that third base side of the mound, so that opens that right side to bunt it.
He hits this one up the middle. It's Witt who has it, flips to second for one. The Royals turn the double play. So maybe something to think about in future plate appearances for Teodosio, especially after hitting into that double play. 2 outs, empties the bases.
Especially after a lot of pitches being thrown by Cameron so far, but that double play helps out a lot.
Especially your top of the order now is fully loaded again. You've got Trout back, you have Neto, Trout, Taylor Ward, Adele's been red hot. You got all these guys coming up. I mean, why not put a man in scoring position and let them try to knock him in? I mean, you have to understand where you are in your lineup and who you got at the plate. Angels have a 3-0 lead here, trying to make it a 6-4 road trip. They lost 2 out of 3 in Texas against the Rangers, but they split 4 with the Astros. They won the first 2 here in Kansas City. And they're in the lead here looking for the sweep.
A bit of a slump here for Neto. He's 0 for 8 in this series so far. With some punch-outs.
4 strikeouts. He struck out in 4 of his last 5 plate appearances.
He's unlucky in game 1. He could have had 3 hits in that game, all caught by defenders for Kansas City, though. Including that incredible play by Bobby Witt Jr. into the outfield grass and a strong throw.
That was unreal. 2 out, bases empty here. And a swing and a miss again by Neto. So 5 strikeouts in the last 2 nights for Neto. Cameron works a scoreless second.
Burning the bridge that keeps us. I'm here and I'm feeling fearless. Exaggerated, that's what you assume. The story's over now, I must conclude. I am conflicted, watching where I step still. Hanging in the balance, not the life I want to live. I want to take it all, standing tall. Fear I weighed the person you are. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I played it innocent. I'm feeling discontent. I'm finally facing it The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh.
Teammate in Bryce Teodosio. Yeah, the numbers, the season, the performance, all about it collectively has been very impressive. But for Teo, what's been more impactful for him has been the person in Joe Adele. He said he's been one of the biggest mentors to him this season, taking him in. He's always the guy you can go and talk to about anything. He called Joe a leader and said he's definitely someone that he looks up to and wants to model how he treats people and his game after his. I was also in the Royals clubhouse this afternoon talking to Carlos Estevez, our old buddy with the Angels, who brought up on his own how happy he is for Joe Adele. He said we knew he had a lot of potential. He was so hard on himself all the time. Just just tell him to keep doing that somewhere else.
Yes, he's had a lot of damage in this ballpark here so far in the series.
A local villain here this week, and a man that's been a local hero here for over a decade now, Salvador Perez at the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes, having another solid year. He is the heart and soul of this team. And he cues 1 foul. I was surprised to see the Royals take him out for a pinch runner yesterday. Left them exposed. It was only the 7th inning for them to have an at-bat late in the game, in a meaningful at-bat, where it's going to be someone other than Perez taking that at-bat.
Especially for a guy with such great numbers against the Halos in his career.
2 balls, 2 strikes. It was the 9th inning, and you can understand that. You're trying to play for 1 run and tie it up. Live to see another at bat, but it was still the 7th inning at that point. You knew that spot was likely going to come up in the order again. It's a fly ball to center field in this cavernous ballpark. Teodosio doesn't even have to wave anyone off here. He's got it all for himself.
There was no need for any communication.
1 away here in the 2nd inning brings up Adam Frazier, who
has real good numbers in his career against Kyle Hendricks. It's a lot of at-bats, too.
14 hits in 34 at-bats. Frazier spent a lot of time with the Pirates, so saw a lot of Hendricks when he was with the Cubs.
He's always been a real good high ball hitter. And that's that fastball that Kyle Hendricks will try upstairs a lot. You saw that first pitch, he threw a fastball down. See if he can get him hit the ball on the ground.
Frazier has done well since rejoining the Royals. He hits a fly ball here to right pretty deep. Back for it is Adele, and that one's going to go. So Adam Frazier continues his mastery of Kyle Hendricks. It's the 3rd time he's homered off him, and the Royals get on the board. It's 3-1.
He's not really a home run guy either. Right down the heart of the plate. It's a sinker that stayed middle. Tried to go inside on it. It leaked out over the plate. Belt high.
The Royals get on the board. Here is Michael Massey taking a strike. I was thinking as they were shooting off all the fireworks and the fountains were going off, and I hadn't seen the home run hijinks here at Kauffman Stadium because the Royals haven't hit one in this series. That's their first home run they've hit in these 3 games. 1 balls, 2 strikes on Massey.
It's their 133rd home run of the season. Halos with 195 home runs now with the home run by Rengifo.
And they've given up 189, so been close to 400 homers in the Angels games this year. So if you like the long ball, well, come watch the Halos play. You're going to see a couple every time they're out there, one way or the other. Almost 400 home runs in Angels baseball games this season. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Massey. A chopper softly hit. That's what Hendricks really wants from the lefties. That rollover ground ball, 2 outs. Well, the Royals have a couple of local kids in their lineup tonight. The starting pitcher, Noah Cameron, and Carter Jensen as the designated hitter. He's from right here in Kansas City. He saw his first Major League at-bat the other night.
His first Major League at-bats, one against future Hall of Famer Kenley Jansen. Now he's got to face the professor here. He's been around the game a long, long time, a World Series champ.
Jansen struck Jensen out the other day, and Jensen's only Major League at-bat so far, but have plenty of others. A catching prospect. He's not going to push Salvador Perez out, but they can share some of that. Perez plays more first base and DHs some now anyway. Swing and a miss on that good changeup, 1 and 2.
You would feel that would be a real good pitch against a young hitter like this. And there's no reason to really try to even set him up with a fastball. You can see if you can get a swing and miss with a changeup going down and away.
1 ball, 2 strikes on Jensen. It's fouled with a fastball away. Jensen did well for himself at AAA Omaha this year. The extra base hits for the Storm Chasers. used to be the Omaha Royals. There's the Jensen family. They've been here before. There's a bouncer up the middle. Zach Neto in position. And that ends the inning. The Royals get on the board on Adam Frazier's home run. It's 3-1.
The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I've made it innocent, a feeling discontent. I'm only facing it all. Burning the bridge that keeps us. I'm here and I'm feeling fearless. Exaggerated, that's what you assume. The story's over now, I'm mine.
Pretty much has wrecked every team that we see in
Yes.
every place we go.
Great numbers in this ballpark. 6 career home runs, 16 overall against Kansas City.
The Astros, a team he has historically struggled against. He's still the all-time active leader in just about every offensive category against them.
Big win for the Astros coming back against the Yankees last night.
They're playing again tonight. 1-0 Yankees in the second. As they finish up their series. Yankees have to get home after that and play the Blue Jays this weekend. That'll be a big series. Toronto ahead in the AL East over both New York and Boston. 3.5 game lead for the Blue Jays. 2-2 on Trout, who popped out his first time. Angels will head home after this game. They'll have Jose Soriano ready to go tomorrow night against the A's. Yusei Kikuchi will pitch Saturday night, and Mitch Ferris in his second Major League start Sunday afternoon. Full count on Trout.
It's a borderline pitch went Trout's way. It's touching that upper part of the strike zone.
3-2. There's ball 4, so Trout gets a walk. And the leadoff man is on here in the third inning. Third walk issued by Cameron. Cameron walked 5 in his first Major League start. That was the game where he took a no-hitter into the 7th inning against the Rays in his Major League debut. He has not walked more than 3 in any game since then. He's already issued 3 walks in 2+ innings tonight. Here's Taylor Ward. He takes ball 1. You can see Cameron not quite hitting his spots here tonight.
Yeah, he's missing upstairs by quite a bit.
And there's a strike. Cameron first fell in love with baseball right here at Kauffman Stadium. His family, they say they've been Royals fans for generations, before George Brett even. His team that goes back to 1969. Here's a bouncer to short. Bobby Witt has it, fires to second for 1, and the Royals turn their second double play in as many innings.
Keeping that pitch count under control. Otherwise, he'd be way up there as far as pitches thrown.
So 2 outs. Cameron getting the ground balls that he needs here. Only 9 double plays turned behind him in 19 starts entering today, but 2 in the last 2 innings.
Joe Adell with 13 home runs in the first pitch put in play.
He went for it, but he popped it up, and Cameron's going to end up with a quick inning here after the walk to Trout.
The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I've made it innocent, a feel of discontent. I'm finally seeing it all. Burning the bridge that keeps us. I'm here and I'm feeling fearless. Exaggerated, that's what you assume. The story's over now, I must conclude. I am conflicted, watching where I step still. Hanging in the balance, not the life I want to live. I want to take it all, standing tall. Fear I weighed the person you are.
Emotions for more info. And that's it. The last duck call of the year. It's over. Well, one more for good luck.
Yes.
Kyle Isbell leads off the bottom of the third. And he takes strike one from Kyle Hendricks. And Isbell, a bunting machine. Has 9 bunt hits this year and 12 sacrifice bunts. Actually 13 now after he had one last night that helped the Royals get a run. He's behind here 0-2. A hazy night here in Kansas City. Temperature a little cooler than the last couple of days, but weather's been great here all 3 days.
Yeah, it definitely has, especially this time of the year.
Rained for about 3 minutes yesterday. That's been about it. 1-2. Isbell with a chopper. Peraza with the backhand pick. Hendricks has to get there, and he does by a step.
Yeah, Peraza, no matter where you put him, he is an outstanding defender. Really getting comfortable at first base. He's got great range there. It's a tough little hop, too. Good, quick feed. Remember, he hasn't played there a whole lot, so that feed to the pitcher covering the bag is something he's worked on a lot, and that was a perfect one.
Peraza has mostly been pretty good there at first base. Remember, a shortstop by trade. He was neck and neck with Anthony Volpe throughout their time in the minor leagues. It was a big curveball for a strike to Yastrzemski. Peraza really just didn't keep himself in the lineup from an offensive standpoint, but defensively, and even Aaron Boone said this guy's as good as anybody on the left side of the infield. Well, now he's looking pretty slick on the right side. 1 ball, 1 strike on Yastrzemski here, who grounded out his first time.
He's got some pretty good power the other way, too, as a halo.
See if he can keep that bat going and get himself in a position where he can factor into the 2026 roster. You think about Luis Renifo, who is a free agent after this year, and Yohan Moncada. At the very least, Peraza can play himself into that utility role. All 3 to Yastrzemski. Day off today for Moncada.
A solid game yesterday. A couple hits.
The lefty starter in there for the Royals today. All right-handers in the upcoming series against the A's. As Yastrzemski draws a one-out walk. Here's Bobby Witt, who walked his first time. Certainly he's heard this before. Comparisons to a young Mike Trout.
The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in.
Major League history to have 4 seasons with at least 20 homers and 30 steals to start his career, 4 in a row at the beginning of his career. Only 2 players have ever had more 20-homer, 30-steal seasons overall. Father and son combo at that. Bobby Bonds had 9 of them, and Barry Bonds had 7. And no one else has had more than 4.
It's the control not as crisp today for Kyle Henderson. Logan O'Hoppe going to go out there quickly. Talked to no walks last time out, already 2 tonight.
Hendricks likes to live in those shadows of the zone. And he's just missing outside of that here. He's off the plate entirely. Yastrzemski at first, and there is one in the outer part of the plate to Bobby Witt. So now 2 balls and 1 strike.
He's painted that outside corner.
Ground ball to third. Renifo stabs at it, fires to second, 1. Taylor to first, 2, a double play.
2 double plays turned behind Kyle Hendricks. That's a good one right there by Renifo. Chris Taylor, some quick hands on the turn.
The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I've made it innocent, a feeling discontent. I'm finally facing it all. Burning the bridge that keeps us. I'm here and I'm feeling fearless. Exaggerated, that's what you assume. The story's over now, I must conclude. I am conflicted, watching where I step, still hanging in the balance. Not the life I want to live, I want to take it all. Standing tall, fear I weighed the person you are. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I've made it innocent, a feeling discontent. I'm finally facing it
Definitely the fair ball.
Yes.
Michael Massey did not have a working pitch com, but apparently now he does. So all is right with the world. Luis Renifo with a 3-run homer in the first inning. And there was a pitch timer violation because of that. Home plate umpire a little animated with Salvador Perez there. Chris Guccione called a pitch timer violation, so Rengifo will have a 1-0 count. He blasted a 3-run homer with 2 outs in the first inning. Takes ball 1 here. Just the 8th home run for Rengifo this season. His power has not been quite the same, although he's spent more time getting on base here over the last couple of months after a pretty slow start to the year.
That pitch timer violation helps out. It's a 3-0 count now.
Yeah, get there a little quicker after that first one misses. Rengifo looks at strike 1.
It was 3 runs in the first inning. Cameron's been able to get some double plays turned behind him as well as Kyle Hendricks.
Well, another liner to the left field corner. This one stays in play, but it's a possible extra base hit. Rengifo motoring to second. Here comes the throw from Frazier, too late. Leadoff double, the second extra base hit for Rengifo today.
Very similar pitches on that inside part of the plate. He dropped the barrel on that 4-seamer that time. Quick hands on there. So 2 extra base hits tonight already for Rengifo. Frazier did a nice job of cutting that off, getting it in quickly. Now an opportunity to add on here for the Halos with Chris Taylor at the plate, who walked his first time up.
Takes strike 1 here. Rengifo entered that series in Baltimore Father's Day weekend with a .242 on-base percentage. He had a really slow start in the first 2.5 months of the season. Here's a grounder to third. Garcia was kind of handcuffed for a moment, but corralled it and threw out Taylor, and Rengifo unable to advance, one away. But since then, Renifo's on-base percentage is about .350, and he's up to .300 now for the year with his on-base percentage. So he has finally, after almost 3 months, worked his on-base percentage from .240 to .300.
Rengifo, if he can get that good jump, he might try to steal third base here now.
1 out. Peraza is the batter. 1 ball and no strikes. I see your guy Kramer all over my Twitter feed here. Everybody's looking for a second spitter after your Eagles are causing trouble. Pickoff attempt at second. Renifo's back safely.
I think he had a shot at him there on the pickoff. He's a little slow developing. Trying to clear the mind on that one there.
You might need a towel. 2 balls, no strikes on Peraza. Rengifo at second base after a leadoff double. Peraza fouls that one off his foot. Peraza struck out his first time. Cameron with 3 strikeouts and 3 walks. He's allowed 3 runs on 4 hits.
That arm out in right field for Yastrzemski is pretty solid. So a base hit that way, and he's hit a lot of his base hits that way. Important for Rengifo to get a good jump.
Just trying to get the run back after Frazier homered in the second inning. Peraza on in front of that, 2-2. Angels trying to sweep this series, make it a 6-4 road trip before heading home for a week. Full count now on Peraza. And again, with the A's and Twins coming in, you start to believe a little bit maybe if the Angels win tonight. Got that 4-game series in Seattle next weekend, although there are a cluster of teams in front of them too, not just Seattle. There's ball 4, so Cameron has walked 4 now in this game.
Good speed on the bases, too, for the Halos. Real good speed.
There's Logan O'Hoppe who had a base hit his first time. It's the wild card. The Angels still distant. But the team that is in the 3rd wild card spot is scuffling. And to a degree, all these teams have been. Or maybe they're hot right now. Or maybe they're ice cold. It's just been kind of wayward. It's been a wayward playoff race.
You got the Rays playing the Guardians right now, so you can pick up a game on one of them.
Yeah, they'll be playing a 4-game series that starts tonight. Texas plays the Astros this weekend. The Rangers still have 6 games left with the Astros. The Angels will have a direct 4-game shot at the Mariners next week. It'll take a lot. The Angels pretty much need a win tonight and don't have much room to spare after that. But if they can get through next weekend on a good run, maybe they'll be back in it. It's a bouncer to third. Oh, look at the footwork of Garcia, starting that 5-4-3 double play. Very well done by Michael Garcia. The Angels have hit into 3 double plays tonight.
The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I've made it innocent, I'm feeling discontent. I'm not releasing it all. Burning the bridge that keeps us. I'm here and I'm feeling fearless. Exaggerated, that's what you assume. The story's over now, I must conclude.
It's amazing how these guys can do that. And we've also seen the Angels hit into 3 double plays, including Teodosio, who has tremendous speed. So 5 double plays we have seen so far in this game between 7 half innings, considering the Angels have hit 4 times and the Royals 3. So we've seen quite a bit of that here tonight on each side. Vinny Pasquantino leads off in the 4th against Kyle Hendricks. Angels still up 3-1. As Pasquantino serves one to right pretty deep, and Adele will not have room. That's gone. It's the 29th homer for Pasquantino. Royals have hit a couple of solo shots to get back in this game.
You know, some missed opportunities for Halos to keep adding on. It's allowed the Royals to feel part of that.
Yeah, it's been the advantage here for the Royals that Noah Cameron has not paid for some mistakes here.
It's twice now where the inside part of the plate with a sinker drifted out against Kyle Hendricks for 2 home runs by both lefties.
3-2, and now a strike to Garcia. And Cameron walked the leadoff batter in the 3rd inning, allowed a leadoff hit in the 2nd inning, and a leadoff double in the 4th inning. And the Angels have not been able to get any of those leadoff men around. The only inning they've scored is when the first 2 men were retired in the 1st. They came around with 3 runs after that, but they've had the leadoff man on in each of the last 3 innings and have not scored them, including the double by Renifo last inning. Meanwhile, 2 solo homers for the Royals. There's a little swinging bunt in front of home plate. O'Hoppe will fire it to first to retire Garcia. 1 out down here in the fourth. In Tampa and Cleveland starting their series this weekend, 1-0 Rays in the fourth. Ryan Pepio is not allowed a hit yet in that game. Yankees and Astros are tied at 1. They're in the fourth inning in Houston. Well, the Pirates are all over the Dodgers again, trying to sweep that series. 5-0 Pittsburgh. Paul Skeens was electric tonight, shutting out the Dodgers.
By the way, 8 outs via the ground ball today so far for Kyle Hendricks. Last game out, he had 10. And he's not a big ground ball pitcher. This is a little over 37%.
There's another ground ball off the handle of Perez's bat. Hendricks throws him out.
And he's getting, part of the reason he's been able to get those ground balls is he's been able to get that fastball in on the right-handed batters and even the left-handers. He missed a couple times today trying to get the ball in past Patino and Frazier. He's been able to get a lot of ground balls of late, be able to get in and get in that soft contact on the handle of the bat.
Here is Frazier, homered his last time and has crushed Hendricks in his career. 15 for 35 now with 3 home runs. Frazier's hit over 300 since rejoining the Royals. He added some veteran bats at the trade deadline, including Frazier, Yastrzemski, and Randall Grichuk.
Good curveball there. Doesn't throw a lot of them. About 8% of his pitches are curveballs. Right on cue with that, about 8% tonight.
The ball's 2 strikes on Frazier here. A little tapper to the left side that Neto surrounds and throws out Frazier. Leadoff homer from Pasquantino made it a 1-run game. Now the Angels lead 3-2.
Burning the bridge that keeps us. I'm here and I'm feeling fearless. Exaggerated, that's what you assume. The story's over now, I must conclude. I am conflicted, watching where I step still. Hanging in the balance, not the life I want to live. I want to take it all, standing tall. Fear I weighed the person you are. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I played it innocent, I'm feeling discontent. I'm finally facing it. The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I made it.
Came up with Logan O'Hoppe at first base in the second inning and he elected not to bunt at that time when it seemed to make sense to move a runner over with a 3-run lead and the top of the order behind him. He ended up hitting into a double play. Now leading off the inning, he tries a bunt, but bunts foul.
Still think that should be part of his play there to be able to bunt like that.
Without question. Foul tip there for a strike, 0-2. Zach Neto on deck, then Trout. Angels have not scored since Renifo's first inning 3-run homer. Teodosio went fishing there. Perez will get it to first for the strikeout. One away here in the 5th inning. Angels will only have one more road trip after this one is over. They'll be home for the next 6 games. Then they go to Seattle, Milwaukee, and Colorado for their last 3 road series all consecutively. Funny, they only have one 3-city trip on the schedule next year. They've had 4 this year.
Yes.
No balls and a strike on Neto. It's 0-2. Neto's struck out 5 times in the last 2 games.
Had a tough time with that breaking ball down and in towards the dirt. As you might see 1 or 2 of them here from Cameron.
And the Angels will finish the season at home with 2 series against the Royals and then the Astros. Check swing bouncer. Cameron got turned around and he was unable to pick it.
Casually tried to get to that baseball. That should end up being a base hit now.
As a lefty falling off the other side, that ball was hit to the right of the mound, and Cameron had to flip around and try to find the ball. They do give Neto a base hit, and he's on with 1 away here in the 5th inning.
It's one of those ones that when you make a mistake like that as a pitcher, it has that carryover effect, and you have to face Mike Trout now. Because you feel you should make that play. He's a good athlete. He usually does make those plays.
Trout can park one for the first time in a while. He looks at strike 1. Trout walked his last time. He has popped out today. The balls and 2 strikes.
He had a pretty good pitch to hit there, too. He had a good hack at it. In behind 0-2.
Trout laid off there. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Cameron, who threw over 30 pitches in the 1st inning, has gone past 80 pitches here total in the 5th.
Really helped out by those double play balls.
Extremely see the more efficient pitch counts in each of the last 4 innings. 3 double plays behind Cameron tonight. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Trout. Tied up there on a pitch that he held up on, it looked like. 2-2.
It's a hard cutter.
Ball 3.
It's amazing how often you see Trout starting at bat 0-2 and then look up, it's 3-2. I think he might see, maybe taking a shot here if he guesses right.
A big lead. Held on by Pasquantino at first. There he goes, and it's ball 4 to Trout. So the Angels get a couple of base runners here. Trout walks for the 2nd time tonight. And now it'll be Taylor Ward.
And actually in the bullpen for Kansas City now.
Give Brian Sweeney a chance to run to the mound, the Royals pitching coach. And so Kansas City can get that bullpen ready behind Cameron. Frankly, has been fortunate to get beyond some of the potential damage tonight after allowing 3 in the 1st. It'll be Taylor Ward after a drive with Hyundai.
Charge up to 178 miles in just 15 minutes.
Those double plays erased that. Here in the 5th, after the leadoff man Teodosio struck out, we've seen an infield hit and a walk.
Loves to try to steal third base. Oh, he had a big lead there.
Fouled by Ward. Jonathan Bolin, the right-hander, getting ready in the bullpen for Kansas City.
Could be a potential pickoff put on now.
Neto was all over that pickoff attempt. He was already about to step on second base by the time Cameron turned around. He's dancing around now. It doesn't go as Taylor Ward swings through that breaking ball. It's 0-2.
Cameron just held the ball a little bit longer. Otherwise, Neto was going. Sometimes that could be a distraction to a hitter also.
Ward had a base hit and a run scored earlier. In the dirt, but Perez kept it close, ball 1.
Didn't quite get that good secondary lead and read on that ball in the dirt.
It's just a little bit upstairs. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Angels haven't scored since the first. Still have the lead, though, and Taylor Ward can extend it, plus Joe Adell on deck. 2 best run producers on this ball club, and Adell red hot. Due up next. And that is strike 3. Breaking ball punches out Ward.
He got that inside part of the plate. When we talk about Taylor Ward, he looks in that one zone. He's looking to do damage. You got him on that curveball inside.
Cameron now has fanned 5 tonight, 2 in this inning. Here's Joe Adell, who walked and scored earlier. Big spot for Adell with 2 on and 2 out.
That's what you want. You want him to pay attention to Zach Neto, especially with the power of Joe Adell.
He's been blazing hot, especially in this series. Takes ball 1.
Listen how shallow Frazier's putting out in left field. Consider all the power numbers that Joe has shown this season and in this series. They play a really shallow outfield to begin with.
Angels trying to add to the lead here in the 5th inning. Adell in a hitter's count. And he hits a fly ball to left. Sounded like he broke his bat. An easy play for Frazier, and the Angels again squander an opportunity.
The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I've made it innocent, a feeling discontent. I'm finally facing it all. Burning the bridge that keeps us. I'm here and I'm feeling exaggerated, that's what you assume. The story's over now, I must conclude. I am conflicted, watching where I step still, hanging in the balance, not the life I want to live. I want to take it all, standing tall, fear I weighed the person you are. Oh, break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I've made it innocent, a feeling discontent. I'm finally facing it
I don't think Dana got a haircut. He's just got his hair tied up.
Yes.
Don't worry. Michael Massey leads off here in the 5th inning. And it's a rocket foul. So as it stands right now, Ferris will pitch in the game Sunday afternoon against the A's, and Dana would pitch Monday night against Minnesota on 4 days rest each. In the minor leagues, you don't see guys pitch every 5th day, so I asked Ray Montgomery if that would be any sort of an adjustment for these two starters, and he said he doesn't think so, that they'll do the work they're supposed to do in between starts, and he's not worried at all about their energy level going into their next starts.
Both threw about 70 pitches, so they should still be fresh. With that built-in off day in the minor leagues of Monday being off, yeah, it's always basically a 6-man rotation.
Massey chops one to first. Peraza handles that. One away here in the 5th inning.
Another ground ball out by Kyle Hendricks.
Well, we've seen in this series so far, Ferris faced exactly 18 hitters in 5 innings on Tuesday. So Ferris faced 19 hitters in 5 innings on Tuesday. Dana faced exactly 18 in 5 innings yesterday. And Hendricks, with a clean inning here, would be at 18 hitters as well in 5 innings pitched. Carter Jensen, the batter, looks at ball 1. So if the Angels stayed true to their form over the last couple of days, well, they'd have their bullpen ready to go for the 6th inning and beyond tonight. Two 2-0 on Jensen, who grounded out his first time. Carter Jensen, with his family, attended Game 6 of the 2014 World Series. He was just 11 years old then here at Kauffman Stadium, watching the Royals force a Game 7. 2 balls and 1 strike. His family brought him to that, and they're here today to cheer for him wearing the home uniform. It's unbelievable.
What a thrill for him.
Park Hill High School in Kansas City. Swings and misses 2-2.
Back-to-back real solid change-ups against him.
Jensen got a piece of that to stay alive. Still 2 balls, 2 strikes.
The thought process is now for Kyle Hendricks to try to sneak that 2-seamer in, but when you see swings like that on the changeup, you're almost better off trying to see if they'll go after it again. Looks like they are going to try to sneak it in.
Too far upstairs, ball 3. So Hendricks trying to get through this 5th inning. He's allowed a couple of solo homers tonight. He's maintained the lead, at least for now. That's ball 4 off the plate to Jensen. He gets on base for the first time. He draws a 1-out walk. 3rd free pass issued by Hendricks tonight.
He's going to have a batter coming to the plate now. Put a lot of pressure on your defense.
Hendricks didn't walk anybody in his last start against the Astros, but he's allowed 3 in this one. Now it is Kyle Isbell.
You can see Ryan Goins saying, watch for the bunt here, even the drag bunt.
It's ball 1 from Hendricks. Bullpen starting to spring to life now.
Been used quite a bit already in this series, though. Look at 12 outs, back-to-back games.
Fly ball to left, slices toward the corner. Taylor Ward makes the grab for the 2nd out.
First action so far tonight for Taylor Ward out there.
A lot of ground ball outs, and every out except for 1 had been on the ground until that fly ball. It was a fly out by Perez in the 2nd at Teodosio. Now this one to Taylor Ward for the 2nd out of this inning. So here's Yastrzemski, who walked his first time, grounded out in the 1st. Takes ball 1. Yastrzemski traded from the Giants to the Royals.
Well, how did the Giants been of late? Now all of a sudden they're in that conversation for the wild card. They're 2 games over 500.
They've won 10 of their last 11. It's been just another example of a team that has just had big sways throughout the season. So many different teams have big gaps of losses followed by large gaps of wins.
Talk about a big batter to get right here, especially who's waiting on deck.
It's Bobby Witt. He's put together the kind of numbers early in his career that Yastrzemski can appreciate after all the damage that Mike's grandfather, Carl Yastrzemski, did in the major leagues. It's 3 balls and a strike.
That was right in the strike zone there, all over the strike zone.
Yaz was an 18-time All-Star, a 3-time batting champion, and the MVP in the American League in 1967. It's Mike Yastrzemski to pop this one up. Renifo on the infield has it. And Kyle Hendricks has made it through 5 with the lead. It's still 3-2 Angels.
Burning the bridge that keeps us. I'm here and I'm feeling exaggerated. That's what you assume. The story's over now. I must conclude. I am conflicted, watching where I step still, hanging in the balance. Not the life I want to live. I want to take it all, standing tall. Fear I weighed the person you are. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I've made it innocent. I'm feeling discontent. I'm only facing it The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I've made it innocent, I'm feeling discontent. I'm only facing it all. Burning the bridge that keeps us. I'm here and I'm feeling exaggerated. That's what you assume. The story's over now. I must conclude. I am conflicted, watching where I step still, hanging in the balance. Not the life I want to live. I want to take it all, standing tall. Fear I weighed the person you are. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I've made it innocent. I'm feeling discontent. I'm only facing it
Strike 1 to Taylor.
Oh, he can rush that fastball up to 98, 94, 98. You see that good curveball slider he has in a changeup.
Taylor goes down on strikes with that slider.
Pretty sharp break to that one off the plate after 94-mile-an-hour fastball. It was on the outer half. Good sequence.
So 2 away, and the batter Peraza has walked and struck out today. Olin was a second-round pick of the Royals in 2018 out of the University of Memphis. Not pitched much in the major leagues until this year. Broken bat, one hopper to Pasquantino. Correa to the bag to end the inning. Quick hitting from Olin, 1-2-3.
The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I've made it innocent, a feeling discontent. I'm not facing it all. Burning the bridge that keeps us. I'm here and I'm feeling fearless. Exaggerated, that's what you assume. The story's over now, I must conclude. I am conflicted, watching where I step still. Hanging in the balance, not the life I want to live. I want to take it all, standing tall. Fear I weighed the person you are. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I've made it innocent, a feeling discontent. I'm only facing it
Up in case there's trouble here. Bobby Witt Jr. certainly could spell trouble, but he hits the first pitch to Rengifo. One away, a big out.
That's huge, especially keep that speed off the bases. And Rengifo had to get rid of. He's got a strong throwing arm himself at third base.
And that is such a huge out for Hendricks in this inning. Pitch count's been reasonable, but still, third time through.
Another ground ball out, too.
Jose Fermin is getting ready in the Angels bullpen. Now, the lefties are the ones that have hurt Hendricks tonight. Both Frazier and Pasquantino have hit solo homers tonight. There's strike one.
13 ground ball outs.
Entering tonight, Hendricks had given up 15 home runs to a right-handed batter, only 6 to a lefty. With 2 tonight. 1 ball, 1 strike. Angels have largely kept Witt quiet in this series. He's only had 1 hit. Michael Garcia follows Pasquantino, and then if anybody gets on, it'll be Perez.
See a little frustration there for Bobby Witt Jr.
Well, he's gone just 1 for 12 since his 18-game hitting streak came to an end Sunday. As the Royals try to get it clicking here in September. He has to be the focal point for their offense. 2-2. Pasquantino out in front, flips it to shallow left. Taylor Ward's right there. 2 outs.
2 big outs here against 2 powerful batters for Kansas City.
Michael Garcia has hit into a double play, and he grounded out in front of home plate his last time. The Royals only have 3 hits, the 2 solo homers, plus a single from Pasquantino in the first inning. Hendricks has danced around a few walks tonight. We've seen 8 walks in this game, but only 1 has led to a run. Hendricks has walked 3. The Royals starter Cameron walked 5. Just missed the corner. Ball 2 to Garcia.
Bad spot though. Touches that lower part of the strike zone. It's been a tight zone.
Chris Guccione, the home plate umpire today. 2 balls, no strikes. That one is in there at the bottom of the zone. Something about Hendricks in this kind of moment. Maybe a little bit more tension than most. Not for him. The coolest guy in Kansas City right now.
Yes, he is. That's that cut changeup too.
He's been there and done that, and he didn't sweat the moments then either. He's always been in full command of his emotions, no matter the moment. He's pitched in some huge ones. Bouncing ball to third. Rengifo has that. Kyle Hendricks has matched the moment tonight. 6 strong innings in Kansas City.
And another ground ball out by the best.
Burning the bridge that keeps us. I'm here and I feel exaggerated, that's what you assume. The story's over now, I must conclude. I am conflicted, watching where I step still, hanging in the balance, not the life I want to live. I want to take it all, standing tall. Fear I weighed the person you are. Break out, I've got to see. Spend all my life holding all of it closely. I played it innocent, a feeling discontent. I'm finally facing it The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I made it innocent, a feeling discontent. I'm finally facing it all.
Starting pitching has maybe had its best stretch of the year. Here's Logan O'Hoppe as he takes ball 1 from Jonathan Bolin in his second inning of work.
You can really use those add-on runs here now.
O'Hoppe had a base hit earlier. Bolin got called back up to the big leagues in late July. He has not given up a hit since then. Up to 1-2-3, 6th inning here. Pitched a 1-2-3 inning yesterday as well. There's a strike to O'Hoppe. There's Fermin still getting ready, so it looks like he'll get the 7th inning. Well, if we'll see Detmers tonight, you figure Jansen will be available though.
I can imagine Chafin because he had that long at bat against Pasquantino last night. Threw a lot of pitches himself. But he always says he's available.
I've seen Detmers each of the first 2 games of this series. He has not pitched 3 straight yet as a reliever. 2-2. Well, this is kind of the time of the year where you do push a guy to different lengths. There is Andrew Chafin, who knows what he needs to do. Two balls, 2 strikes. And now full count. Pirates held off the Dodgers 5-3. Dodgers scored 3 in the top of the 9th, but Pittsburgh gets the win, and they sweep the Dodgers at home.
Pittsburgh's played really well at home this season.
12 games over 500 at PNC Park. And that's a swing and a miss on a 3-2 fastball. Hoppy goes down on strikes, 1 away in the 7th.
If you think of that's the spot where Hoppy does a lot of damage, the fastball up.
Now Teodosio struck out his last time. He's hit into a double play tonight. Angels scored 3 in the first. They have clung to the lead since. A couple of solo homers for the Royals. And they've made it as close as it could be here, 3-2. Angels still with some outs to get as they'll turn it to their bullpen in the 7th. Let's see what the plan is for Ray Montgomery to get it to Kenley Jansen tonight.
Trying to have fastball upstairs again after Teodosio went after the one before.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Neto on deck. Angels trying to add to the lead here. High pop-up as Yastrzemski gets over to make the play. 2 outs. Boland's retired all 5 that he has faced. Neto had an infield hit his last time. His first hit of this series. He had not had a hit since he homered in Houston on Monday. And start from Kikuchi on Monday allowed 5 runs in 5 2/3 innings. That's the only blip that an Angel starter has had, going all the way back to last Friday when that series in Houston began with Tyler Anderson going 5 scoreless innings. Angel starters allowed just 1 run in the first 18 innings of that series against the Astros.
You're really feeling good about winning that series, especially when Joe Adell hit that go-ahead home run and Kikuchi on the mound. At that point was throwing pretty solid.
Kikuchi let it up as that game went along. 5 runs in 5 2/3.
We're just looking at that score. Tampa's up 4-0 on Cleveland. They're going to be up 2 games over 500 themselves.
Jump on the carousel. This wild card picture, the playoff picture in general, it has been one big swing.
A lot of games being played today, too, baseball. The Phillies were able to beat Milwaukee. And the Yankees are up 4-1 on the Astros.
2 balls and a strike on Neto. Baseball cleared some of the schedule for tonight. First NFL game in progress as well. The Eagles playing the Cowboys tonight in your hometown. Who? 2 balls, 2 strikes on Neto. And the other wild card teams outside of Tampa Bay and Cleveland are off tonight. The Angels can gain a half game. So can the Royals. Angels could gain a full game on Kansas City, and whoever loses that Tampa-Cleveland game. So, not over yet. It's
why this game is so big for obviously both teams, but for the Angels here to just keep getting close to try to get their way closer to that 500 mark.
Especially with the A's and Twins on the next homestand. The Angels can continue to push forward. They can make that series in Seattle next weekend mean something. Wouldn't that be nice for an Angels team that's been trying to fight and claw all year?
That'll Seattle pretty well so far this season, too, the Angels.
3-2. And Neto takes ball 4, so Trout will get a chance here. With 2 outs against Bolin. That was the 6th walk issued by a Royals pitcher tonight. Trout has been issued 2 of them. Also popped out tonight. Back in the lineup after fighting through whatever infection he had over the last couple of days. Swung right through that fastball, and it's 0-1.
Bolin has allowed 2 stolen bases in 2 attempts.
There goes Neto. And Trout fouled it back. Neto had a big jump.
Feet first slide in there, too, for Neto.
Good job. Just need that shoulder healthy. He's getting there. It's going to be Trey Turner before you know it.
Yes.
The ball's 2 strikes on Trout. Neto with a big lead again. This time not running. As Trout takes ball 1.
54% of the time in this hand will throw away a slider, so maybe he does go again. Oh, he was going.
He was leaning, and he's out. Bolin picks him off, so Trout will lead off the 8th inning. As the Angels don't score in the 7th. Still a 3-2 lead.
The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in. Wait, God, I've got to see.
will try to get 9 outs and hold it for a sweep.
It's a real solid job by Kyle Hendricks today. Back-to-back games in which he's gone 6 innings. And in Houston, now here in Kansas City.
1 run against the Astros, 2 tonight. Very good stuff from Hendricks. There's a slider that drops in for a strike.
I tell you, his slider backs up almost like a splitter. I mentioned it before, an old teammate, a former Angel. Kevin Apier had that slider. If he was a little bit quick on the front shoulder, it would go down like a split.
And Perez reaching for it. And he was able to foul it off, and still 2 balls, 2 strikes. Perez, then Frazier and Massey due up in this inning.
And notice all sliders in this at bat.
3-2 on Salvador Perez. Last night tied Frank White for the 3rd most extra base hits in Royals history. And there's a fly ball to left, way back. It's another extra base hit and beyond for Salvador Perez as he ties this game. It's 3-3.
Man, he's hurt the halos so often. You keep throwing slider after slider after slider. Eventually, he's going to time it, and he did. Well, great performance by Kyle Hendricks. Goes for a no decision now.
24th homer. He's 3 away from 300 in his career.
Down and got that slider.
His 11th homer in 59 games against the Angels. A team that he's hit roughly 300 against in his career. So it's tied up now. 3 solo homers for the Royals have countered the Angels' first inning 3-run homer. Fermin gives it up against the first batter that he faces. Now Frazier with a fly ball hit pretty well to left field toward the wall. It's Ward running it down shy of the warning track. 1 out. The Angels' inability to tack on anything since that first inning has finally caught up to them here in the 7th. It's the 7th home run Fermin has given up in just 26 innings this year.
Feels like when you look back at it, a lot of them on the slider. Mentioned how that backs up sometimes. Even though that was down below the zone, that was still on the inner half against Salvador Perez, who's really solid on pitches down.
Plus, he threw 7 of them in that at bat. I mean, how many are you going to throw to the guy who catches and can certainly pick up the spin and all of that quickly? Did not give him another look that entire at bat. 7-pitch at bat, all sliders. Massey hooks one to the right field corner, foul.
It's another slider. Even go back to that last half inning, I think he gave the signed ball on a throw over the first base. Because he looked right in after that to be able to pick off Zach Neto, too. So he's always thinking. So as a hitter, and he's called a lot of those sliders over his career. He's seen all those. He's just going to try to get something down low, and he got it.
Swing and a miss by Massey for strike 3 on a fastball. 2 outs. Fermin gets the first strikeout from an Angels pitcher tonight. Well, Salvador Perez, and the accolades are long. And if you're a young catcher like Carter Jensen, who already grew up in Kansas City and already has said that Salvador Perez is his favorite player anyway, it would behoove him to sit next to Sal Perez a whole lot over the next month and learn as much as he can from one of the great catchers of his generation, Salvador Perez.
Yeah, he's definitely a future Hall of Famer, a guy that will eventually have his number retired here in Kansas City also.
The ball's and a strike on Carter Jensen, who walked his last time. 0-1 from Fermin.
Mike Trout will be leading off the 8th inning.
Well, Trout, then Ward and Adele. The Angels will have their top hitters due up in the 8th to try to get it going again. They'll need more runs to win it. Can't discredit the Angels' offense late in the game when it's close. No team has won more games when trailing or tied entering the 7th or the 8th inning this year than the Angels. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Jensen is out on strikes to end the 7th. Now it's tied. Salvador Perez made it so.
The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I've made it innocent, a feeling discontent. I'm not facing it all. Burning the bridge that keeps us. I'm here and I'm feeling fearless. Exaggerated, that's what you assume. The story's over now, I must conclude. I am conflicted, watching where I step still. Hanging in the balance, not the life I want to live. I want to take it all.
Gave up the go-ahead run in the 8th inning last night. Back on here in the 8th tonight. And it's a strike to Trout.
Power fastball, 96 to 100.
He struck out as many hitters this year. It's 43 in 56 innings. A lot better strikeout rate the last couple of years. He was closing games for the Royals after they got him at the trade deadline last year. He's setting up Carlos Estevez this year.
In fact, all 3 fastballs there, upper zone, above there.
2 balls, 1 strike on Trout. The Angels with 17 wins this year when trailing or tied after 8 innings, and 26 when doing so after 7. They lead the majors in both categories. They have set a franchise record with their 26 wins when trailing or tied after 7 this year. They have another chance to add to it here tonight, 3-3 in the 8th.
All fastballs so far at the Trout.
2-2. And Trout goes down on strikes, 1 away. Here's Taylor Ward. He had a base hit and a run scored in the 1st inning. Hit into a double play in the 3rd, and he takes strike 1. High strike that time from Urseg at 98 miles an hour.
Just barely touching the upper part of the strike zone.
That's a fly ball on a hanger that time, but Ward didn't get much of it as he flies it to Isbell. 2 up, 2 down.
Well, Joe Adele's had 3 straight games with a go-ahead home run.
This would be the time for Joe Adele here. Angels have Ryan Zefferjon up in their bullpen.
Ooh, he had a pitch to drive there. That was a four-seam fastball right in his zone.
Zefferjon, the Kansan, getting ready to face the Royals in a big spot here. Surprised that it's not Luis Garcia getting ready at this stage in the game. Typically, we've seen the more veteran pitcher Garcia in these setup type roles if Detmers isn't available.
The two youngsters going in. You have Fermin followed by Zefferjon.
No balls, 2 strikes on Joe Adell. Go-ahead home runs in 3 straight games. An opportunity for one here. That looked pretty good, but called ball 1.
It's been an incredibly tight zone here tonight.
Adell has 33 home runs this year.
That kind of power, he can drive it.
And he's too late on that fastball, and it ends the inning. Urseg powered through the 8th, 2 strikeouts in a 1-2-3 inning.
Burning the bridge that keeps us. I'm here and I'm feeling exaggerated, that's what you assume. The story's over now, I must conclude. I am conflicted, watching where I step still, hanging in the balance, not the life I want to live. I want to take it all, standing tall, fear I weighed the person you are. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I've made it innocent. I'm feeling discontent. I'm finally facing it The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I've made it innocent, I'm feeling discontent. I'm finally facing it all.
Ryan Zefferjon on the mound here against Kyle Isbell, who looks at ball 1. The Zefferjon fan club is alive and well here in Kansas City. Native of Topeka, Kansas, out of the University of Kansas. And Zefferjon getting squeezed like many others have here tonight. 2 balls, no strikes.
He's missed so many strikes here tonight.
There is the Zefferjon and Kingery cheering section here tonight. 2 balls, 1 strike on Isbell. Ryan Zefferjon has been kind of a 3 true outcome type reliever. He has struck out 70 hitters this year. He's walked 31, and he's allowed 11 homers in 53 innings.
Got a lot of speed at the plate here. Big one to get out, especially at the top of the order coming up for the Royals.
Stremski and Witt are next. As Isbell slices one to the left field line, it's Taylor Ward ranging and making the catch. 1 out.
So far, so good out in left field tonight for Taylor Ward since that game in Houston. Done a nice job defensively.
Well, he certainly has a lot more space to work with here in Kansas City than in Houston. where it was 2 steps and then the wall at Dyken Park. But here you've got about 200 steps before you get to the wall. In this big cavernous Kauffman Stadium. 1 out. Yastrzemski walked earlier. He's 0 for 2, and he takes strike 1. There's Taylor Ward with a lot of room behind him.
Adele playing deep and right. Zephyr John can run that fastball 97 to 100. That was a 98 mile-an-hour fastball. It was a cutter and sweeper.
Certainly has a strong arm. Zephyr John. It's Yastrzemski to pop this one up. Neto's there, so is Rengifo. It's Rengifo making the catch. 2 up, 2 down. And now Zephyr John asked to deal with Bobby Witt. Looking ahead to the 9th inning, it'll be Estevez for the Royals. Rengifo, Taylor, and Peraza due up for the Angels. You have many great options off the bench, but you do have Moncada. Maybe you'd see him at some point in that 9th inning as a left-handed batter, maybe for Taylor.
He's got that pull power. Oh, will carry pretty good to right field here.
1 ball, 1 strike on Bobby Witt. Fly ball, left center. Taylor Ward is back. He's at the wall. It is gone. You worry about the long ball with Zephyr John, and Bobby Witt connects. The 4th solo homer for the Royals. A crusher for the Angels.
Boy, after a really tough series overall at the bat, he had that triple. Brought his hands in on that fastball and got it out. 35-degree launch angle, about 104 off the bat. You always worry about going inside on the pitch, especially late in the game. Always the danger of going inside late in the game.
And now 12 home runs allowed by Zephyr John this year. In a tie game in the 8th inning, a guy who gives up the long ball gives one up. And for that matter, Fermin's allowed a good number in his shorter amount of time this year. And they both have allowed solo home runs, turn a 1-run lead into a 1-run deficit. And now Estevez would have a save chance. And it's ball 2 to Pasquantino. 4 solo homers. The Royals have not been hitting with man in scoring position, so they took matters into their own hands here tonight. Didn't even need to worry about that. They've used the long ball in this one. 2-2 on Pasquantino. There is Estevez.
36 saves this season for Kansas City.
And I think the big question for Ray Montgomery will be, why not Luis Garcia here in the bottom of the 8th? Zephyr John gives up another homer. Bobby Witt hit it, and it's 4-3 Kansas City going into the 9th. 2 runs. But 2 more solo homers with the bullpen in the game has put the Angels in a 1-run lead, so now they need to get it back.
Yeah, one more time, come back. Also, we talked about how they've been so good as far as coming back, whether tied or down late.
They'll have to do so against an old buddy here, the very affable closer of the Royals, Carlos Estevez, a former Angel, whose 36 saves are a career high, and they lead the majors. Dan Quisenberry is the only Royal to ever lead the majors in saves. Estevez trying to be the second to get up to your old teammate Quisenberry.
He was the best. A lot of 3-inning saves in there, too, for Quiz.
Estevez will be asked just to get 3 outs here with a 1-run lead. As Rengifo comes up empty there, it's 1-2. Estevez has had 6 blown saves this year. He has only had 1 blown save since the All-Star break. It was the first game after the break.
He still has that fastball get at 96 miles an hour, even higher, up to 99, slider changeup.
Rengifo taps one toward left field, but it's backing up Frazier, who makes the catch. 1 out. We will see Yohan Moncada come off the bench here after we hear from Jack in the Box.
My bonus jack combo with up to 3 patties.
Will hit for Taylor, really with one thing on his mind, putting one in the Royals bullpen here.
He's got those quick hands to be able to do so. For a team that doesn't hit a lot of home runs, 4 of them today, Kansas City.
Four solo shots. They only have 1 other hit in this game. Fermin gave up the game-tying homer to Salvador Perez. Zephyr John the go-ahead shot to Bobby Witt. Ball 1.
It's changeup.
And Bobby Witt really put it on his own shoulders yesterday. And he did not come up with that play off the bat of Adele in the 8th inning that helped the Angels take the lead. Trying to get his team to come out on top tonight. And that's ball 2 to Moncada. Angels have not scored since Rengifo's 3-run homer in the first.
Had some chances.
There's a liner to the gap in right center field. That's extra bases for Yohan Moncada. Isbell goes to track it down near the wall. Moncada has a double and the tying run in scoring position.
Well, that was a rocket by Moncada. What a swing that was. 110 miles per hour exit velocity. Fastball, and he jumped on it. Great swing.
Now Scott Kingery will be the pinch runner at second base. Moncada is a good base runner, even if he's not at his fastest right now. He's a heady base runner, and the Angels will hope that Kingery's speed can come into play here. As Oswald Peraza looks to punch in the tying run. 4-3 in the 9th inning. A strike from Estevez. Outfield is very shallow.
It takes some speed to be able to score for a base hit in front of the outfielders.
You don't have great arms in this outfield. None of them, really. The breaking ball landed too high. 1 ball, 1 strike on Peraza. Hoppy behind him. The Angels need a hit here to tie it up. Moncada with the pinch hit double. Kingery his runner at second base. Peraza floats 1 foul. It's 1-2.
That was his pitch, too. That was a hanging, spinning slider over the plate.
Kenley Jansen is up in the Angels bullpen, hoping for a chance to pitch in the bottom of the 9th. On the corner, strike 3.
That was definitely a strike, one of the few that he's called on a corner all night, but it was a strike.
2 outs. Logan O'Hoppe is in the moment now. Everybody on their feet here at Kauffman Stadium. Both teams could use a win here. The Angels took the first 2 of this series. They led throughout most of this game.
It's amazing how shallow they are playing in the outfield with O'Hoppe's power.
Now Kingery's going to have to get a good jump if there is a base hit here. 1 ball, no strikes. That is a strike at the knees. 1-1. Remember that big hit O'Hoppe had against the Dodgers when the Angels finished off that sweep at the Big A. They have not swept a series since then. They could if they come back tonight.
It was a 103-mile-an-hour fastball, as I recall.
He swings through this fastball at 98 miles an hour. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Royals trying to stay above 500. Angels trying to fight back toward it. A big one in Kansas City. And O'Hoppe goes down on strikes as the Royals sneak away with a win to finish this series. 4 solo homers bring the Royals back to a 4-3 win.
Yeah, that's a tough one, too, after scoring 3 in the first. But Bobby Witt Jr., with that home run on a fastball inside, he turned on it and got it out.
He is our Toyota player of the game. The Royals had homers in the 7th and 8th innings to finish a comeback. The Angels didn't score after the first. And a tough one to swallow here to end this trip.
Especially after playing so well here today to try to get another W. Unable to do so.
The Angels will head home, a 5-5 road trip, as they lose this one 4-3 here tonight. We'll be back to wrap it up.